Muy buenas tardes, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well, blessed, and enjoying family. As always, thank you, everyone, for everyone's words, wishes, prayers, and the love and support you guys give me. From the heart, I appreciate every one of you. Also, do please, do help this video get out there by liking, disliking, sharing, and hyping the video. Gracias. Well, first and foremost, allow me to say Happy Christmas Eve to everyone. I hope tonight everyone surrounded by family or just loved ones, period, right? And you're ever able, to make those memories that count happen. Something small as hugging your jefita, your jefe, your abuelo, your sick sibling, whatever, right? And just hugging them. It's a lot more than what you're gonna get out at a different angle, right? Anyways, many blessings and prayers to everyone. Merry Christmas. I will be joining you here at the ranch with reading a book. Everyone left. You guys know it's just not me. I know it sounds stupid. I should be out enjoying life after all the time I put in. But I put myself in them situations and it's just not me. So I don't want to ruin it for nobody. Plus, you guys know my current health. It's best to let people enjoy themselves and, you know, me dragging just negative, whatever sickness to it, right? Anyways, again, Merry Christmas to everyone. I love you all that been with me for the long haul. And again, I just want to come on here and just continue a little bit with my story, right? As you guys notice, this is going to be uploaded a little bit different. And it has to do with, again, my niece and uncles and stuff. They left the ranch, right? To go celebrate tonight wherever they're going. And so I'm uploading it the best I can. You guys know I'm a truck at this. Nevertheless, I hope it comes out alright. Well, today I'm going to take you back to, when we hit Oaxaca, had already put in our receiving, the way they received us, right? Well, from there we went down to Puerto Angel. Oaxaca is literally just in the edge, right? And it's all beach area or whatever, right? Ocean. And when we get there, at first I was real happy that I got to see the homie that was there. That when I first got to Mexico, we were doing a lot together, right? We ended up separating in Durango. When we got busted in Durango, they end up giving the camarada Smiley, right? Smiley from Kansas Street. They ended up giving him more time. It's just, here it's all about feria, right? It's all about money. You got the feria, you're gonna wiggle out of anything. They'll open the back door. It's just facts. You know, the homie, he was a good homie. Nevertheless, he was more on the I don't want to say paisano, but on the this side trip, right? Nevertheless, he was solid when it came to us, right? And I'm telling you from personal experience of wiggling we did together. Anyways, we went to Durango. You would end up catching a little bit more time, and he would end up more directly with evil. You know, over there under evil, and every man has his own story. The way they got in together to do things, and that's only their story, right? That's why I laugh when people leave comments on here, and they go off like, "Oh, keep this city out your mouth, keep this, or you're wrong." Let me just say this. A lot of people think I'm an idiot, right? Which is cool. I am an idiot, right? Since 16 years old, I didn't have a life. Casa de causa. But anyways, regardless of all the time I did, there's a reason why I only speak about me. My walk, my knowledge. One is I hate the trauma. I really do hate the trauma. And I mean, if I'm real, I love the trauma. Face to face. I hate the trauma from far away. That's lame shit. Excuse my language. So when this individual left a comment on the last video, I only speak about personal stuff because it's like me saying, "Oh, you went down to the beach. Oh, and you found some things on the beach. And you're telling me about what you found. And I'm telling you it's a lie. There is no way I could tell you it's a lie." You see, people need to start reading into things. Actions are not always reckless like many people on YouTube. Nevertheless, getting back to the story. Sorry, this fool got under my skin. So again, I was happy to see the camarada. He got real close with evil. One thing I want to say about evil is he was worse than other Pilis when it came to Cali, right? In the sense when I was over there and Pilis were in the shoe, they had some type of interest in camaradas. If you guys get it. They needed camaradas on the linea. They needed camaradas to be the buffer zone, shooting out wheelas, orders, whatever, right? To be the dummies. So in a lot of sense, before that Pili fell or had his rope around his neck, camaradas were held precious, right? Evil wasn't like that out here. To look good for Sinaloa, he didn't have a problem with taking out his own. See, it always circles back to that. We're always at each other's throat, neck, jugular, whatever, more than what we do elsewhere. It's just facts, There's a lot of good camaradas that they're on that side. There's a lot of trash too, right? There's a lot of good camaradas that me personally out here in Mexico seen them taken out for no reason. Besides one of the ones we hold in power that's supposed to, I'm not going to say take care of us because we ain't children, right? But supposed to look out for us the way we look out for them. See, as campuleros will die in the line for them. But they won't even speak for us if it's going to jeopardize them. Anyways, again, they got close, they did their thing. And the first time Evil came out, I know a lot of people know about the last time he came out. That wasn't the only time, right? The first time he came out, we were in Puerto Angel, Oaxaca. It was pretty calm. There was upbursts here and there, but overall we we trumped them. There was more of us. None of us. There was about 15 camaradas, including the three Pilis, and there was a lot of the faction from Sinaloa, right, that were with us. So it was kind of like a restful place. And it would go up here and there, mainly with the cats from MS, because they would try to hit the bodegas or a certain place in power. Anyways, they would eventually end up coming down because again it was a calm place. Daryl, Evil, and Smiley and some others, right? And again, I was glad to see the homie because the last time we had seen each other, I'll just say it like this, right? They had us in zapatos, literally. They were torturing the homie in one room and going to town on me on the other room, right? And again, they don't put us up in barandilla or on record till they figure out if they're gonna do it or gonna take us out and throw us on the sidelines, right? It's Mexico. And so when we took off, we didn't really know where each other went, right? Of course, within time we found out, but that was the last time I seen the camarada. And I had a lot of conversations with Evil, in good, bad. He's the one that received me in Mexico, and you know how I felt. When it came to our gente, I was a strong believer of our gente's untouchable. We take care of our own. More so in Mexico, when everybody hates us. I recently, someone sent me a video about some cat, no names mentioned, talking about the wording plástico. Homeboy, you have no idea who considers us plástico. We're at the repercussions of it. Just by hearing you talk, homeboy, you would have it bad. You could be what you be, but I guess it's always easier that way, right? Talk about the meaning of things from far away. Never have to live them. But regardless, I'll conclude this. Sorry I'm taking you guys' time. Um. Anyways, he came down. He was gonna stay with us to to keep pushing. You see, we're gonna go up to Santa Maria, and Santa Maria is a straight war zone. Bad. What was happening there wasn't just Oaxaca. There was Guatemala's there. Part of that faction in Guatemala. They were all up in there, and 18 was tricking us. There was a lot of them that were saying they were 18 sureños, and in reality they weren't. They were el nuevo movimiento, and they would turn around and dome us. We had a few losses like that, right? Not just us, but the ones we were with. Anyways, it was gonna get tricky. I remember that night, Evo told me like, "Hey, Chino, todo está tranquilo. It's calm here. It had been already a couple of days. We had not heard anything from nobody, right? We're getting ready to punch. And I know I'm going to look like an ass. Sorry. Like a scandalous individual, but you guys know I'm trying to be as sincere as possible. Right? And it's what always happens, right? Ivo told me, hey, vamos. Le dije, ¿a dónde? Oh, you quiero I want a beer. Let's go find one and we'll come back. So I should have known better, right? But anyways, I was considered, even by Peelies, right, to be a scandalous individual. I was all about our cause. I had to do. I love what we did. And if it was to clean our gente up, I never questioned it. There's a reason why I did 23 years, 11 months in the States, 14 in the shoe. And it wasn't just because I could bring material to the table. Anyways, we went out. We were talking about that hyena Jessica. Like I mentioned that when Evo got killed, the homie C from Pomona, the Pili, protected, and he ended up getting killed over protecting a hyena and his children. Anyways, as we're there, I have to take care of the Pili. So I'm not stringing. I have to. We're in a war zone, period, point blank. And then he comes out the blues, from left field. And he tells me, like, Chino, look, there's word the Smiley started working with Sapo, and he wants to go over there. I told him, okay, that's Firmes though, no? That's the Pili too. But that's when the power, the greed, the tecato comes out, right? And he says no, because he knows too much. Before that happens, I want you to take care of it. So I asked him, what you mean take care of it? Homeboy, he's solid. He said, yeah, but the avenues were opening, the pipelines, tech doors. Even though we're one, we can't bring that information to Jalisco. Anyways, it became this butt hurt type of thing, right? Homie wanted some bigger things for himself, so he's going with Pilis that had more weight. Keep in mind, in our own Ramfla, it's a Pili to Pili, but it's just how Pilis are. They don't care about each other. They don't care about the causa. In reality, hear a lot of people talk about if there was no Pilis, there would be no structure. What structure? The structure that is there is held by sureños, by campuleros. Pilis is just, nah, man, go chase my money. Oh, that fool stuck his tongue out at me. Handle that. This touches the nerve because, again, everything that I thought I was, you could say it got broken down, and I got proven that, I was poison to our gente too. You see, I wasn't even strong enough or had him set well enough to say, Charles, we can't do that. You gotta bring it to the table when it comes to Sapo, Rudy, them cats over there. Or at least Daryl, Richie, oh, you know the other Pilis are working here in Sinaloa with us. I was that idiot, right? Ready to do whatever as long as it came from a Pili, right? So you can't come on here and tell me, oh, you don't know what it is. Anyways, my answer was, dispuesto, let's boogie. And you know, I'm not gonna go into details, but it was one of the, you could say, dirtiest move when it came to taking out a good camarada over greed. And I knew it was over greed with another Pili. Jealousy that he was gonna go with another Pili. You see, they always tell you, oh, you work for the organization, try to leave that Pili to go with another one. You'll see how far those words go. With this said, sorry if I'm bothering you guys. I just wanted to continue with my story. I'm serious, I want to conclude it. Well, I'm not gonna even, bore you with my stuff, but I love everybody. Merry Christmas, blessings. Stay true to yourself and loyal to loved ones. God bless everyone.
This is so we started. We always